So yesterday, the anniversary update came out and the patch notes came with it. So we're going to be going over them today. I went over them yesterday live on stream, Twitch TV/R&D Thursday. So I'm going to be showing you mostly that. And then every time I get to something that should be explained, like what the items do, etc., then I will clip to that. I'll just edit over it. That way you can experience my jubilance of, going over the patch notes and then also the information required to know what's going on. Let's get into it.
Okay. Are we all here? Is the class in session? Are we ready to go to school? Okay. Major content. Added system morgue plus account stats. Browse past runs and all of your account stats like favorite survivors, progress to completion, or your favorite equipment. Now in the logbook, we're definitely going to be checking that out after this. Added new survivor. We found out. Bandit. There are 2 lunar items and 3 boss items. Okay. Hooks of Heresy. Hooks of Heresy and Essence of Heresy. These are likely going to be the 2 items that finish off your primary skill and your special skill. We'll see. That's going to be Pog if so. New boss item, Empathy Cores. New boss item, Charged Perforator. And new boss item, God, another word that's going to get fucking butchered. Okay, just get out the knives. Just call Chef. We're butchering that word. What's the grandparent boss item? No, it was Ancestral Incubator. So it's not any of these. Oh, Charged Perforator. Oh, I called it. Holy fuck, I am actually a genius. Charged Perforator? This is 100% gonna be Overloading Worm. Oh god, I'm good at this game. Fuck. Dude, I'm cracked. Planula. It's a larva with a solid body. I don't know what that could refer to. Empathy Cores. These are going to be boss items. I'm calling it. This is boss items for the Soulless Probe units. More than likely. The grandparent? Oh, yeah, that's true. Why did I think of that? Wait, where's the boss? The new boss grandparent. Oh, it's right here. God, I'm just blind. So yeah, it is the Planula. All right, you know what? Technically, I got that right, even though I Pepega-brained it. Easy clap.
First off, I'd like a big I told you so from me, so I'm going to give you that right now. I told you so. Also, not the only survivor we got. We got Bandit, and we got a new survivor, Heretic. Won't spoil you on that yet, because we're just doing the patch notes. Don't want to ruin your day, but there is a new survivor called Heretic that you can unlock. Alright, so about the boss items. If you don't want to hear what they are, then skip this part. I'm just going to go ahead, keep this so you don't get spoiled on the game. You'll have 2 separate parts. Me going in blind versus me already being knowledgeable, big brain. So the Hooks of Heresy and the Essence of Heresy are the 2 new Heresy items that will replace your secondary and your special. Honestly, I've tried them out. They are amazing, and I personally think that they're best too. Like the other 2 that are already in the game aren't very good, but these 2, I've actually went out of my way to get them before. Hooks of Heresy has a Slicing Maelstrom. It's a charged projectile that deals 175% damage to nearby enemies, exploding after 3 seconds to deal 700% damage, and roots for 3 seconds. So this can actually proc a Ronalds and Kajaro's band, which means that if you get this, even if you're a survivor without that ability, you can now actually proc Ronalds and Kajaro's with this. So even if you were stinky little Commando, you could use a Hooks of Heresy, you can pick it up, replace your secondary, and be able to proc Ronalds and Kajaro's without having to use frag grenades. Essence of Heresy gives you Ruin. That's your special ability. Dealing damage adds a stack of Ruin for 10 plus 10 per stack seconds. Activating the skill detonates all Ruin stacks at unlimited range, dealing 300% plus 120% per stack of Ruin. Recharges after 8 plus 8 seconds per stack seconds. So basically you have a timed bleed that you can activate to do a bunch of damage in a very short period of time. Although I picked it up and I thought it was pretty good, I don't know if it's better than most survivors' specials. For example, I probably wouldn't put this on Huntress. Either way, it is still pretty good. Now for the 3 boss items, Empathy Cores is an item that you get from the Soulless Probe unit. So every time you get a Soulless Probe unit boss, there is a chance that Empathy Cores can drop. Every 30 seconds, summon 2 Soulless Probes that gain 100% per stack damage per ally on your team. So in multiplayer, these are obviously going to be stronger. If you have Engineer and you just keep placing turrets, those count as well. Also, if you pick up drones, those are even better. I would have said, if I hadn't played this patch and I didn't know about the AI update, which is coming later, that this would be a bad item. But because of the AI update, I think it's going to be better. You'll have to wait to see the tier list, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a good item. Next, we have Charged Perforator, which, as I guessed, was the Overloading Worms item. It's just the Molten Perforator, but for the Overloading Worm. You have a 10% chance on hit to summon a Lightning Strike dealing 500% damage and 500% per stack. So an ATG and a Royal Capacitor got together and created this perfect item. This is almost guaranteed to be an S tier item. However, it is attached to an Overloading Worm and you only have a little bit of a chance to even get it. But oh my god, if you do get it, it is so good. And now we finally have the Planula. This comes from the new Grandparent boss. Picking up the Planula gives you a heal from incoming damage for 15 plus 15 per stack flat. Meaning that if you take 100 damage, you will receive healing for 15. And if you receive 15 damage, you will receive healing for 15. This isn't like Medkit or Monster Teeth where there is a percentage involved. Lots of people were saying the Planula was good. I thought it was utter dog, complete garbage. Most people were thinking about it like, whoa, what if you got a Hellfire Tincture? Then you can always have the effect up. Oh, what if you were like in the Void Fields? Always have the effect up. But you have to realize the Grandparent boss only comes towards stage 6. You probably won't have it any earlier. I haven't seen it any earlier. I don't think it can happen any earlier. So this is a minimum stage 6 item. Then you have to get lucky enough to get the item, and the only way you're going to be able to like curate your build around the Planula is if you're going to loop. So you think that an item that only heals you for 15 damage is going to be a looping item? I don't think so. I think it's pretty weak. Maybe it's cracked, but I don't think that this item is good enough for the fact that I have to get it on stage 6 or later. And that's it for those items, so we'll go to the next section.
All right, new skill variants, multi-special. Ooh, I don't think you can beat the special that he has right now, but okay. Mercenary utility. Ooh, Craigasm. Rex special. Also can't beat the Rex's special. Loader special. Ooh, this will be good. That was literally her weakest skill. So if Loader gets a new special, that will be cracked at Fortnite. New skill variant, Captain Utility. Another one of his best skills, so it's going to be weird. Okay, so for the variants, it's weird that they did this. Multi-special is pretty good, especially if you have rebar multi. Mercenary utility, pretty good. It's one of his iframe abilities. Rex's special, one of his best abilities. Actually, no, this is like straight up his best ability outside of his M2. And then the Loader special is just the worst. So this could be a massive buff to Loader, and Loader's already broken his shit strong, so that's crazy. And the utility for Captain, if it's god awful, then no one's gonna use it. So it's weird. I don't know.
All right, so for all of the new skill variants, Multi's new skill variant, his special, instead of retool, is now power mode. Basically, you get to dual wield for a limited amount of time. You enter a heavy stance, equipping both of your primary attacks at once, gain 200 armor, but lose minus 60% movement speed. So you're slow, but you have the armor that you would have if you were using Multi's transport mode, which, if I can remember correctly, is about 60% damage reduction. Keep in mind the power mode makes it so you can't actually swap between your first primary and your second primary. You can only keep them out when you have power mode up. So if you equipped Saw Blade as your first primary and then you went for Rebar for your second primary, you could only have them out during power mode, and most of the time you would be having Saw Blade out. To me, this is just weaker than Retool because I think you lose the equipment and you also can't switch between primary, so one strong in one situation and one strong in another situation. Instead, you just pull both of them out at the same time. So you'll probably use these, so you're like, oh, I want to kill Mithrix with 2 double auto nail guns or 2 power saws. It's not really going to be that useful. Kind of more of a meme for the power saw. Now for the Mercenary's new skill variant, we have Focus Assault, which is his utility skill. You dash forward, dealing 700% damage and exposing enemies after 1 second. Unlike his other utility, if you hit them, you don't get more, so you don't get like 3 charges of it if you hit several enemies in a row. You just get the 1, and it's an 8-second cooldown, just like his utility skill, his other utility skill. I tried it out like 1 time just immediately after I unlocked it. I don't know too much about it, but I feel like it's just not going to be as strong because you don't get an iframe during it. Someone in chat at the time did say that what you would do to use it is you would use the focus assault the first time at a row of enemies, expose all of them, wait for the cooldown to come up again, and then expose them through again. And you would break the exposed with the focus assault, so you would get the cooldown for the ability, and then you would expose them again. So you could just chain focused assaults until they die. It doesn't sound too useful, but I haven't used it in practice, so I don't know. Now for Rex's new skill variant that goes to his special, you fire a bolt that deals 330% damage and injects an enemy. On death, drop multiple healing fruits that heal for 25% HP. So this ability doesn't harm you at all, so for any Rexes out there that like to go the no take damage build, this will be for you. However, what this does in practice is basically you put monster teeth in the monster that you're shooting this at. That's what it ends up looking like once you get done. It's just basically monster teeth. Definitely not as good as Tangling Growth. I've asked a bunch of people in the chat while we were doing this, while we were like showcasing it. I thought it was terrible, and I asked everyone, and they thought it was terrible as well. But again, much like Mercenary, I didn't really try it over a large period of time. It was just a quick, boom, let's see what it does, and I didn't think it felt that good. All right, let's go into Loader's new special, which, as I pointed out, Pylon's pretty bad. So all this has to do is be better than Pylon, not a very high standard to set, and you're good. This will be a good special ability. Well, this new special ability, Thunder Slam, stunning. Slam your fist down, dealing 2000% damage on impact. So, you know, just Loader coming through with another 2000 damage ability. No big deal. This ability is actually crazy. I tried it out. It just does so much damage. You have 2000% damage punch, and then you also have this. If you put Thunder Punch on, you have so much potential with Thunder Slam. Because with Charge Fist, you actually go through enemies, so you're not able to like aim your Thunder Slam. But if you have Thunder Fist, then you can actually just like Thunder Fist at them, smash down, and boom, you just did like 5000% damage to an enemy. The only reason I could ever see people going Pylon over this is because they prefer the mobility of Pylon. You could just use your grapple to it and then sling across the map, but that's not very strong, really. I think it's really good, and we'll do another video on it later. And finally, the winner of the skill variant contest for all of Risk of Rain 2 ever. Literally nothing will ever beat this ability. It is so immensely insane. So for the captain, we have the OGM-72 Diablo Strike. Stunning. Request a kinetic strike from the UES safe travels. After 20 seconds, it deals 40,000% damage to all characters. This means that you do 40,000% damage to anything in that AoE. You, your friends, your turrets, your life, your soul, everything. 40,000% damage. It is by definition a nuke. When you're on that 25 kill streak, you wish you had an OGM-72 Diablo Strike. Now, in all seriousness, this item really isn't that crazy. It's really hard to land. It takes 20 seconds for it to land. I almost had a Stone Titan walk out of it. This seems like it was just made to kill Beetle Queens. Like, I don't know if we're going full Ender's Game on this shit, but that's what it feels like. You should probably go Orbital Probe over Diablo Strike just because of the practicality of it. But I mean, no one's ever gonna say no to 40,000% damage. I certainly won't. Congratulations, Captain. You won the game.
Lunar Chimera, I hate these things. This is likely going to be a suicide bomber. I'm going to love running into that. New Elite, Perfected. Don't know what that means.
All right, so here I'm talking about the new Lunar Chimera and the Perfected Elite. And the Perfected Elite is literally just on the lunar phase, like on the moon with Mithrix. Everyone thought, including me, that this would just be like a new crazy elite that everything could be, but it can only be like the Chimera on the moon. Granted, they're so hard. It's a part of the final moon phase that got changed, but oh my god, it's crazy. They are tough. Even on a god run, I was struggling. All right, let's start with the Lunar Shop Refresher. All this is that once you go to the Newt altar and then go to the blue portal, there will be your regular Lunar item shop, but right next to it, there's going to be a little thing. It looks like the obelisk. You just press it, boom, for 1 lunar coin, you refresh all of the things on the Lunar item shop. keep in mind that if you do actually purchase something, so let's say there's a shaped glass and everyone's spamming, take the shaped glass. You take the shaped glass and then you hit refresh. There will not be an item that gets refreshed wherever you took that from. So now there will only be 4 items instead of the 5. Also, every time you hit the Lunar item shop refresher, it costs more. So it costs double what it cost before. 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, etc, etc. As for the new challenges, we'll be going over them in depth in other videos. I'm probably not going to list it here because all you have to do is hover over the items in the game to see them, so you don't have to worry about that.
Lunar shop refresher. Thank you. Thank you, Hopu. You are literally gods among men. This is so good because Lunar shops are always trash. Actually, not always, but are mostly trash. And because they're adding new Lunar items that are probably going to be trash in most situations, ooh, it's good to have a Lunar shop refresher. You can only have 5. Very nice. Challenges: Sadist, Classic Man, B&E. Is this a reference? Oh god. 7th Day, Flash of Blades, Full of Life, the Thunderdome, and Smushed. This is likely get a kill with your special. This is like get a kill with your special. 7th Day, I don't know what that could be. Flash of Blades, probably get kills with your utility skill. This is probably just get a bunch of enemies in your special or heal like 100% of your health with your special. This is like kill something with your special. I don't know. That's just I'm just randomly throwing shit out there. Gameplay changes. The final stage. Oh, final stage has been redone entirely with unique objectives and a new large arena to play in. We won't spoil it. Holy fuck yes! Phase 4, let's fucking go! Let's go! Oh my god! NPC oh my god! AI update? Oh my god, I'm at a coom! Wait, low health threshold? What does this mean? I don't think this is a very big update for this, so I'm gonna ignore this. But this? Oh my god, man! Minions, drones no longer have resistance. Oh, okay, that's a little bit more depressing than I thought. All minions now teleport to their owner if they stray. Oh, holy shit, yes, perfect. All minions now scale to the ambient level of the run. This run that grows over time. Yes, this is perfect. Okay, so in my video where I was showing you like combos, I don't know if any of you watched that, but there was a video where I was showing combos that were really strong. What I found was the Happiest Mask over time could not scale enough to kill Mithrix. If a Lunar Chimera, which does a shit ton of damage with its deadly little tracking ball, if you get past like stage 5, like those things don't do that much damage anymore. They don't scale. So this is what this fixes. So the Happiest Mask, less dog shit now. Amazing.
All right, I'm going to break this up into chunks because it's such a large place. The final stage has been redone. If you don't want to figure out what that is here, so click away, don't listen. Basically what happens is they revamp the entire map. It looks kind of different. It looks way better now. There's much more to do. And you have an objective before you reach Mithrix. So you don't just like walk along this weird highway trying to get to Mithrix. Instead, you have to charge 4 pillars and they change every time. Some of them can be blood pillars, which mean they like damage you while you're trying to stand in them. They're kind of like null field portals. So, you know, in the void fields, you have to stand inside the null fields. That's kind of like that. Others, if you leave the AoE, it stops charging and then goes back. So it'll go back to 0 really quickly. Others try to actively push you out. And during all of this, you have to defend against the Chimera, which are pretty strong, especially alongside their perfected elite variants. So now you're not just walking along the park in the moon to finally get to Mithrix. You're doing a lot of stuff before you get to Mithrix. In fact, there's a good chance you could die here instead. The low health threshold, think of certain items like the Genesis Loop, where you have to be at a certain threshold. The 20% is now 25%, so an extra 5% HP where the Genesis Loop will proc. Makes certain items kind of better, but not really because, again, You don't want to be at 25% HP. As for the NPC AI, oh my god, these changes are so good. So for the other items, like all the AI items, everything, it's just so much better. If you pick up healing drones, they'll feel effective now. It's crazy. It is so good. The difference is extremely palpable. You'll notice it immediately. Everything about it is just perfect. And the ambient level thing, I'm going to be explaining that in a different video, but basically all it means is that like certain enemies will be like level 21 on stage 5 or something like that. That's going to be the ambient level for the level. So that means that your AI is going to be scaled up to that and the enemy AI is going to be scaled up to that. It's actually going to be displayed on your bar where the monsoon level is, where it goes from like impossible to ha 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 ha. Right next to that, that's where that's going to be.
Commando. Update VFX of double tap, phase round, and suppressive fire. Double tap now fires a single bullet per click. Bloom reset. That's good. Damage 100%. Oh my god. Crowdfunder levels of damage here. Hold on. Duration. Decrease. Duration? Duration. Oh, is that just attack speed? I'm assuming that's attack speed. Phase round now deals 40%. Okay. So this was just like phase round is so garbage nobody use it. This is maybe use it. Huntress. Now unlocked by default inside the Commando or previous unlock condition. Now unlocks the Bandit. Okay, cool. So Bandit's a new player. So Huntress. I mean, that really doesn't change anything. This is this does nothing. Engineer both Goss and also inherit your equipment. Oh, holy shit. Pretty good. All right, let's see here. Artificer, nanobomb, tendril damage, nerf, tendril fire frequency, buff, tendril same target frequency, also buff. Yeah, so that just reduces the damage. Yeah, so this is a buff. This is a buff, by the way. So basically what they want to do is make it so that the ice and fire bands don't proc on the tendrils, which is a problem when you're playing Artificer. If you've ever used Nanobomb, your Nanobomb tendrils, which are weak as shit, still manage to proc your Ronaldo's and Kisharos. But yeah, no, don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it. Don't you dare say rip bleed. Blinding Assault now has a lingering 0.2 second invincibility to help chain together blinding assaults in high latency online games. That's really weird. I always felt the Blinding Assault was not bad. This is a massive buff. 0.2 seconds is large. That's massive. Literally, if you don't have lag, play single player, and this is just straight, whew, fire. Now we'll have less of an excuse. All right, Bungus. Start delay 2 seconds to 1 second. That's cracked. Now heals at a higher tick rate. Overall healing is the same, but the healing is smoother over time. Maybe big buff to Bungus, so it's actually playable on other survivors. Ooh. Energy drink was worse than the go-to for the speed after the pickup, even while sprinting. This change will consistently make energy drink stronger when sprinting and also makes its stacking behavior more consistent. This may make the energy drink too strong, but at least make it a bit. Yeah, okay. Oh, lovely. You love to see it. I hated the fact that I had to. When I learned that the energy drink is just inferior, I was like, why'd they make it like that? It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. And this is them just addressing that. So now it's good when sprinting. Pog. AP rounds improves. Okay, cool. It's just more visual. Damage boost. Oh my god, a buff. A 5% buff. That's large. Now shows radius. Oh, now causes numbers to be pink when active. Yeah, exactly. They just want people to prioritize it because it's a fucking good item. 20% damage. This is literally armor piercing rounds, but it works on everything as long as you're a melee survivor. That might be loader might be cracked at Fortnite, depending on what the new special is. She could be cracked at Fortnite. Now suddenly glows and pulses. Man, they're really doing anything in their power for you guys to notice that there is a busted key box on the ground. It suddenly glows and pulses. Pretty soon they're gonna make it so it's like half the size of the map, just so you guys finally pick it up. Oh, okay, this makes sense. I just read this and I was like, hold up. So you get one busted key? Okay, so now spawns a lockbox per person. Consumes a lockbox and requires a rusted key to open. No longer scales reward chance. That's amazing. There we go. There we go. Rusted key. Sort of good. I mean, in the long run, you're going to regret this. Well, actually, no. It's scaled so poorly. Here's the thing about rusted key. It's scaled so poorly, you would probably not see the effects of it until you were already at a god run. So this could just help you. I think this is just a buff, in all honesty. Crowbar. Oh my god, plus 75%. See, look at this. Okay, the damage boost plus 50%.
890 cheer dex 15. Have fun being here for 7 hours, my go-to gamer.
Oh, I'll have lots of fun being here. I fucking love it here.
See, the crowbar plus 50% damage, but when I made the video on the wiki, on every little stat page says 150% damage. You can't go plus 50% damage and then also say plus 150% damage somewhere else. That's confusing. Okay. So just a straight buff to it. It's better now. I like it. 150%, but it doesn't equal plus 50%. How is 150% equal to 50%? That literally, the math just doesn't work there. If you take 50 and you multiply it by 3, you get 150. If you take 50 and you multiply it by 1, you don't get 150. So I don't understand where. Okay. Improve visual effects to be more noticeable. So they seriously, basically, what this update looks like so far is that none of y'all fuckers are paying attention to what's doing what. So they're like, okay, focus crystal, pink. Box, it pulses and glows. Ooh, shiny. Crowbar, it does something. I don't know what the visual effect is going to be, but ooh, crowbar damage. Update pickup text to include the damage threshold. Nice. Same reason he's focus crystal. There are many heavy hitter builds and characters, but crowbars aren't prioritized. Well, I mean, you should check out my video. I'm just saying. Gasoline now deals 150% base damage on detonation alongside the burn effect. Oh, cool. So it's just basically a will-o'-the-wisp with DOTs. Ooh. Yep. Added visual effects when the item procs. Stun grenade. Just more visual stuff. Bison steak, new, yum. Replaced fresh meat. Oh, thank God. Now no longer grants regeneration on kill. Now grants plus 25 health. Wait, Infusion, where are you? Are you still here? Infusion still exists. Does this mean tank build? Whoa. Me likey. This is a plus 25 max health as a white item. This is a common item. That's crazy. That's bisoned. That's bisoned, bro. Bisoned. Ooh. Tri-tip dagger. Bleed chance. Plus 10%. Or not plus, but just 10% now. Right now, bleed is okay until you can stack it infinitely, in which case it becomes incredibly strong. We want to smooth out the power curve a bit. There you go. That makes sense. That doesn't really ruin the item. You need 10 now, which of course, like, you're like, wow, that's 3 more than I had to. But once you get 100%, I mean, this is 100%. That's 100% of 100%. Lepton Daisy now activates in all holdout zones like void fields and not just during the teleporter event. Cool, that's a nice buff, but I don't think it's going to change anything about the item. Other than that. People still regret picking it up. Old War Stealth Kit now activates when falling to low health rather than as a chance when hurt. I like that, so a guaranteed. Guaranteed. Bison steak, I guess I'm meaning tanky hunters from now on. Same. Well, tanky bandit, but I mean, you understand, Edster. Stealth duration 5 seconds. That's nice, so it doesn't increase per stack. That's not good for shield builds. Stealth cooldown 0 seconds to 30 seconds, and then minus 50 per second. Ooh. So low health, if we remember, if we go all the way up to the beginning, let's see if it's up here. Wait, is it up here? What point was it? Right here. So low health threshold. So at 25% HP, and then we scroll all the way back down. At 25% HP, you will activate Old War Stealth Kit. So it's basically Vagrant Wiener. I think Vagrant Wiener is also low HP, so 25% health. So that was a slight buff to Vagrant Wiener, but also a massive nerf to Old War Stealth Kit. I think, because guaranteeing if you fall to 25% HP, you're probably fucked in the long run anyway, but maybe it's a buff. Honestly, Stealth Kit, not one of my go-to items. Not sure. It was buffed and nerfed, I guess, depending on how you played with it. Ooh, Bandolier. Packs now restock skills by the amount a full cooldown would. Packs now apply to stash skills. Cool. Now details. Oh my god, this is it. This is it. This is the buff it needed. Radar scanner, not actual garbage now. I would actually use the radar scanner now. Wow. Now details if an interactable is a barrel, chest, drone, shrine, or something unknown. Just a quality of life change that we've always wanted. They are really going hard on the visual updates. Really uber hard. Damage coefficient 300%, so that's double. Oh my god, they doubled everything. So it's 300% damage, so double damage. And then 3 meter. It was 3 meter radius to begin with. Or wait, no, this is max. So this is max, I think. Yeah, this is max. Is this max? Fuck, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure this is max, but regardless, this is doubled. Everything is doubled. The meters per kill and the max radius. There you go. Super long fall equal big boom. Thank you. This is good buff because sometimes you're slow, but you fall from like a large height. It's weird how that works, but sometimes it do happen weirdly. Resonance disc. Redo fire and logic to be more understandable. Now grants 1 stacking buff per kill lasting 5 seconds. Now fires the disc at 4 stacks, resetting all stacks. Okay. If it does the same damage, it doesn't matter to me. I don't pay attention. Defiant Gouge. Monster spawn points 40. So this is a buff. Yeah. A single gouge will spawn way too many monsters. Now having 1 or 2 should be reasonable. Thank you. If you had 1 gouge on stage 4 and you started hitting shrines, I think you could, depending on how late you are and what difficulty you're on, actually start spawning bosses. And if you're on stage 4, just to hit a shrine of chance like 8 times, you have to beat like 4 imps. It's crazy. Focus convergence now activates in all. Ooh, this. Oh my god, Pog. Void fields. Actually doable, maybe. Limit of deployed beetle guards now doubles for artifactive swarms. Cool. Halcyon Seed. Change Summoner Really Knight pre-stack scaling from current difficulty so that he just scales better. Yep. Summoner Really Knight attention span. Basic, yeah, so it just describes it here. So basically, no more weaker little shits, more big fights. Basically, King Kong versus Godzilla. That's what's happening here. Mired Urn, no longer capable of targeting. Aww. So you can't friendly fire with this. So you can't die to it anymore, but you also can't kill your friends. Sag. Yeah, you can't turret suck anymore. What's the point? Monster, Hermit Crab. So they buff the Hermit. Holy shit. Oh, but they nerfed the amount. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Okay. So they only have one mortar now, but they do triple the damage to get rid of that. So they lost 2 projectiles, do triple the damage. Perfect. And triple the scaling. Parent. Health reduced drastically. Thank you. These things were really tanky. The reason this matters the most, you might think this is like almost half. Almost half. But the reason this is such a big deal is because if you nerf certain enemies, their elite variants are less strong. So if there's an overloading or like a Malachite elite parent, it's multiplying its stats based on this now. So they just reduced it by a shit ton. That's crazy. Greater Wisp can now be stunned and frozen. Thank you. Stun Grenade sends its regards. Finally being useful against a Greater Wisp. It'll be very confusing to see it now, but nice.
Malachite.
Malachite. There you go. You're welcome. Lunar Golem. Basically the same thing. They're just the tanky things on Mithrix level. They're just super tanky. Twin shot attack. Total shots 10. What the fuck? This will be interesting to see in practice. I'm kind of scared. Tracking bomb. Damage coefficient less. Speed less. Thank you. Beetle Queen. Summon beetles 5-2. Now summons beetle guards instead of beetles. Oh, Beetle Queen's scary now. So if you're on stage 1 and there's a Beetle Queen spawning, that's actually kind of rough because now you have to deal with beetle guards, which are more difficult to deal with. They're basically like stone golems. So stage 1 Beetle Queen, not gonna be such a pushover anymore. Scavenger now properly spawns elites. Oh, so scavengers. I knew about the scavengers already spawning as elites, but I didn't know. But they're adding it so they have elite equipment, burning, glacial, etc. So this means you can run into a burning. Oh my god, those are gonna be so scary. Monka S. Imagine POV. You're about to beat the game, and you just get pounded by a fire elite scavenger with a Prayon. Void Reaver adds a minimum distance between bombs. Oh, damn. I thought they were going to do something about the explosion that sends you to actual purgatory, but no. Spoilers, final boss, last phase, spoilers. Okay, oh, I don't know if any of you read that while I wasn't looking. If you did, I'm sorry to have spoiled you. Here's your warning, spoilers. Okay. Base health increased. Added stagger state. Okay, item steal. Now consistently returns items as you deal damage rather than randomly. Okay, this is what everyone actually wanted, so thank you. Now consistently returns items to players in order. Perfect. Now returns items in the order you found them rather than the inverse order. Perfect. Now utilizes crowbar. So basically Mithrix just... There's no way this is the only thing that changed. What? They said that it was a complete revamp. Hold on. I'm scrolling up. What did you say? I'll find your words here, Hopu. The final stage has been redone entirely.
Good cheer, Dex 100. All fun and games until a scab summons the squad.
They revamped the stage. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. So maybe they said, okay, maybe right. Maybe right. Maybe I'm thinking the boss fight, and they're thinking, no, the map. Okay. But yeah, now they just buffed crowbars and they're like, now you use them, Mithrix. So did they buff crowbars or did they nerf them? Hold on. Hold up. Bazaar between tabs now allow you to reshop shop contents at the cost of 1, 2, 4, 8, etc. lunar coins. So exponent. Nope, I won't say it. It increases in cost every time. Wetland aspect, altered stage layout to add more identifiable landmark areas. Cool. Sky Meadows, reduce initial map monster spawns by 24. Holy shit, that's massive. A literal quarter. A literal quarter? I mean, I didn't like Sky Meadows to begin with. This is actually required, I think, because of how difficult Sky Meadows is compared to every other map. If you got rolled in stage 4, you guarantee died in stage 5. It's the truth. Quality of life. This is it. This is, I think, the final, yep, the final epoch. Various optimizations. Cool, cool. Visuals, yep, I noticed all the visuals. Reduce screen shake, survivor logs. Okay, beetle guards. Allowed for scripted combat encounters. Aurelianite or allied warship unit to spawn as elites. Hold up. You're telling me a perfected allied warship unit? Monka W?
And that's the update. There's going to be more coming out in the future, but hey, Winky Face.